Hello and welcome back. I'm Randy Newbert from Voodoofx. In today's video, we'll be doing another 3D model kit review. So let's get started. Okay guys, well we're back here today with another model kit review. Today's model is the Flatbed sub from the Abyss. And again, what you're looking at here is the default scale of the way that the model comes to you as a 3D model kit that you print on your own. Again, I want to thank Dream Studios in conjunction with Golden Armor for producing this model. This model is brought to you by them. This was a long-term project for them. I know that I have first off hands-on with this project that this one was scoped out for a long time as far as you know, the time that it took to actually develop, design, and actually make this model. But boy, what a beautiful model kit. Now I have some of the bulk pieces here just to kind of show it off, and I'll have some imagery coming in and out also to help kind of show you the model a little bit better as far as the parts go. There is a lot of parts to this model. Again, this is available as a 3D model, and that you would actually go and print for yourself. I think I'm going to say this right, but I think that this entire model was built on an Elegoo Jupiter SE printer. And again, for the scale and size, I mean, this thing is just a beautiful looking kit. So let me go ahead and start off with, I'm going to go ahead and start with first is, let's talk about the main body and the conning tower and all the little parts that go to it. So in this kit, this is the main body part itself. And again, this comes in two pieces. Again, it needs a little bit of fine tuning and fitting like all model parts do. But basically these two pieces come together, and then, you know, the seam is filled, and then this is the main part of the model. Out towards the back here, this is the rear end side of it, and here's the front end side that has the actual area where the pilot is. And it's, again, a nice detail on the sides. This model is very accurate overall, and that is the main body piece. Now, to top off the main body piece, there's this top conning tower section that sits on the top here, and it basically just nests inside here, and then it's mounted in place. But it also comes with, you know, again, this nicely detailed hatch part. So again, this hatch piece sits kind of in the middle, and this is great because this gives you full access for lighting. And what's really nice is the way that they designed this, they designed it to be lit. So overall, you have full access to get into this model for lighting. Again, this is a really good and thought out process overall for the entire model. Again, the winglets, all these little wing pieces that sit on the model, I hope I have these in the proper positioning here. But basically, these mount straight on here. There's big, large keys in here, and these keys come together, and that gives you the, you know, the wing detail or the wing profile on the actual, and each one of them has a side. And then these top grill plates go up onto here. I don't know exactly how they fit, but I do know that they, you know, they sit in here in some fashion, and that's where you see the actual divers that are connected to the model. And again, I think I'll put this up on here loose just to give you kind of an idea. And, you know, once you put these winglets on, it really becomes strong. So this really helps hold it all together. But that's what the model looks like. with the main sections together. And again, there's many parts to the model. I'm going to pull these off so I don't lose them. And then again, these beautiful grill pieces. These are really nice. This is where the divers stand on. I'll get to that in a little bit. And that is that part. Now, on as far as the engines go, these engines are really nicely designed. And let me stand up in here a little closer so maybe you get a little better view. But inside, you can see the engine itself. And it's very accurate. They did a really great job at accurizing the parts. Then this little bell piece goes on the front to complete it. It's just loosely sitting in there, and that's the reason why I didn't try to mount it on there. But again, so this part underneath, there's two holes that are on the very bottom, and these are where the engine mounts right on to the winglet. And again, let me take this out of the mix here a little bit. So that's what it looks like with the engine assembly on the back side. And again, I think you can kind of get an idea overall of the way that it looks. And again, it's really great that they went ahead and they actually made little transition holes so you could actually pull wiring to light up the front lights, to get into all these spots. It's fully accessible. And what's nice about this one too is if you're going to light it up and get these lights all lit up, a lot of the hardware and the wiring can be exposed because it looks pretty overall pretty authentic as far as what the original model would be. And even in the full scale piece. So let me drop that back on there. Now, also with this model, there's a lot of little miscellaneous parts again, and I don't have them all out here, but again, I can show you kind of some of the railing, and you can get an idea of the railing work that goes around the model. And again, these are all 3D printed, so these are all the rail sets that go in there, and then they go into the model and they mount all the way around it. I don't know what this actual one goes to, but that's just to give you an idea of the railing. And there's a whole bag of railing parts that go with this model. So over here, this is just loosely fit, and this is the main glass for the cockpit. And I think that these clear domes were sourced, I think on Amazon, as far as the clear dome vacuum form. So I think that you can get those on there. And I think he has instructions in there where you can actually go and order them up. And then this piece is obviously a separate part that you print, and then this goes and gets glued on there. So anyway, so that is the window and the front window assembly for the cockpit. Now, as far as the cockpit goes, so this is a really unique cockpit, and I think I'm going to try to get some better shots of this overall, but this area is accessible through the top. There's a hole right through here, and then this basically sets right inside the tub of the model. And again, it's fully available to be lit since you have this great access point to get in there. And again, it just this whole thing just literally nests inside this main spot. And I'm sure there's, again, once you get it all assembled, there's going to be a little stop in there. But that's the way that the interior kind of fits up into the model. And again, what's nice is he has this in two versions. So this one is basically what you're seeing here is the standard kit that comes ready to roll. And then you can get a deluxe version that also includes the 8 divers that ride on the top of the sub, which I almost, it's almost like you have to have them in order to have the kit. But he does sell this model separately, and then the divers are a separate actual model add-on part. Now in here, so you have the one night figure, again, very detailed, and this comes in the standard kit when you buy the model. And then her hat removes and comes on and off. And then she already has her control joysticks already mounted on there. And she's in this pose. This is a very common pose that you see in most of the shots. And then she also comes with a big control seat. Very highly detailed seat section. And again, she just kind of just sits in the seat there loose. And then when you put it all together in the cab, it looks just amazing. And that's kind of give or take what she would look like if she's sitting in her pose, piloting the submarine. And that is it. So that is the main figure. Now, I'm going to go off the side here a little bit. I'm going to grab a couple of the other actual figures, the swimming figures. Another thing, too, I wanted to point out was, and again, these are small miscellaneous parts, but I wanted to show these anyway, just to show you the detail of these pieces. So this is the manipulator arm. And again, this kind of just is, this was mounted off in a different side bag here, but this is the manipulating arm for the front. And again, there's some miscellaneous parts in here. These are little hatches that go in the sub. And there's a bottom one, I think, as well, too. There's a couple, again, these are all little additional parts that come with the kit. And then there's some tanks. This is really cool, too. So there, on the top of the flatbed, there's this little tiny milk crate. And it's got all sorts of little hardware and parts in it. And I think they did a wonderful job because, again, this is printed just like you see it. So, you know, it's great that it's got all the wrenches and all the equipment already in there. And all you would need to do is paint it up. And this mounts somewhere, I think, on the top of flatbed. I don't know the exact part. But again, and this kind of shows you the detail of the arm section. And the arms, this is like the hydraulic setups for the manipulating arm. Anyway, so that is that part. And again, I just wanted to show these off because these are nice, very nice detailed pieces for the manipulator. And then let me get over here. And this, I'm just going to do a real rough deal on this one too. So this one is all the railing. And there's a lot of railing parts to this because it obviously it has a lot of rail. I'm going to push that aside. So anyway, so these are all like the little handrails that go around it. This is like the big front rail guard. And again, I did want to show these. And then here was like that first one that I showed you. This is something maybe on one of the top ends or maybe one of the side rails. I'd have to look exactly where they go. And then again, these are some of the side rails that go along the side. And these look all really good. I kind of just fakey fitted them on there, but they popped right on. So they have a good fit point. And again, I just wanted to show those off so then you guys can kind of see some of the railing detail. And what's really cool about this model overall is that he actually has the divers are positioned in a way that hold the railing, so you get kind of a different. It's nice to have a different pose as far as the railing goes. Now, let me get these divers. There's 8 individual divers that come with the accessory kit, and these ones, the backpacks are all made up. And they have removable helmets. I mean, these things are just beautifully done. So here's the little mini helmet. And then here's one of the figures, and you can see he's got his hands open because he's pinching the rail. And again, these are nice looking detailed figures. And again, I'm almost positive there's 8 to the kit, and they stand all around the top of the flatbed. And that kind of shows you the backpack. I mean, the backpack is just amazingly detailed. You could probably add some hosing and everything, but man, when you put it up on there, you'll never even know. All the details that are on there right now look great. But that is it. And then when you put the helmet on him, that's what he looks like with the helmet on. And this does come with clear visors. So I didn't pull them out because they're so micro small, but I think I might have a couple photos of them in here to look at so you guys can actually see them. But that is the accessory add-on parts for the diver crew. And then here, I just grabbed this one out because it was loose. But here is one of the figures kneeling. And this is really cool because in one of the shots, you see one of the guys in the back kneeling, holding on to partial area around the rail. And he's on there. And again, removable helmet. You could put the clear part on there and paint it out, and that's what they look like. Some really nice looking figures too. These whoever sculpted these figures, they did a really good job. So anyway, this is the figure accessory kit. So that's, again, this is a separate item that you can purchase when you purchase the model. And that is basically the gist of the kit. I think everything else is pretty self-explanatory. I do have some other miscellaneous parts here and there, but again, they're very small and detailed pieces. There's some areas where there's tanks that sit on here. There's lower tank areas. Again, some miscellaneous parts, but overall, this is a 1/18 scale, I think is what the actual scale reference is, which is, I mean, this is a big kit. And again, this also goes in perfect with with the other sub. So they have both the flatbed and cab one as far as they're scaled together. So you can have both, which is nice. You know, that's real nice when you're gonna put together a diorama or have a few of these models together. It's really nice to have them in when they all kind of on mating scale. So anyway, that is the flatbed from the Abyss. And again, I'll have some linkage to where you can order this kit, and we'll have a miscellaneous spot where you can be redirected down in the comment section where you can actually order this 3D model. And again, well worth the cost. This is a beautiful model. I think for a while he had a pre-orders going out for this model, but I think since it's been launched, I don't think the pre-order pricing is available anymore. But still, it's a screaming deal for buying a 3D model. And I haven't talked yet to Dream Studios about this, but there is also a potential for 8K miniatures to do some commissioned prints if you don't have the availability to print this on your own. This could be an option, but you'd have to contact them directly in order to organize that, and then you would be able to actually purchase the 3D files through Dream Studios and then send them over to 8K Miniatures to actually do a commissioned print on the model itself. But that's currently, I think, how it's all set up to go. And again, I want to thank everybody for sending in these, and thank Dream Studios for sending in these reviews. And again, we love bringing this content to the general public. and shown off these new models that are available. We really are in a real golden age of modeling these days, and the only thing I can say is we really got a lot of choice and selection at what we can get now nowadays, as opposed to some of the older times when we didn't have as much of this stuff available. So anyway, I'm going to end the video at that. Thanks for watching and supporting our channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And again, we'll see you on the next video.